All right, guys, sorry about that. I thought I was going live vertically and it's wrong. So how about that? That works, right? Welcome to the live stream today. And got a cool shirt on, Coon Products. It's a beard company, but listen, today if you are tuning in, you are probably tuning in because you are interested in head shavers. Now, I have done a lot of head shavers over my lifetime. I guess, ever since head shavers have been coming out. I've used several different rotary head shavers. I've used like full shavers. I've used traditional razors, you name it. I've used them all. And so today I'm going to be going over several different head shavers. I believe I have, let's see here, 2, 4, 5. I've got like 9 head shavers. That are very popular head shavers that are out on the market. I've done several reviews on these, some of them maybe one review. But I want to just kind of go over every one of them and tell you my thoughts. And this is something a little bit different because I usually do head shaver reviews and I kind of tell you what my thoughts are on them in one review, and then I'll just move to the next one. But I've never done anything like a video where I'm just kind of like a shotgun going through several of them and just kind of letting you know what I think about these head shavers. So Lee, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. I'm a School Shaver guy here, but I'm always open for seeing other options. So School Shaver is a solid option. There's no doubt about it. But there are a lot of other solid options out there. What's up, Randy? Good to see you, buddy. Talking about head shavers today. So I'm going to share with you guys what I have. And when I do go through every one of these, I'm going to tell you the pros and the cons. I'm going to tell you, this is just my opinion. Now, some of these head shavers have been given to me. I'm not going to lie. I get given stuff a lot. But one thing about this channel, you can always rest assured, just because somebody gives me something does not mean that it is anything like a paid promotion or I'm going to be swayed to give a great review on something, because I've had head shavers that have been given to me and I've given bad reviews on them because if I just don't like them, I don't like them. And I'm going to tell you why I don't like them. It's nothing to bash the company, but I think that you guys are owed a good review and an honest and authentic review. And I think on this channel, that's what kind of sets this channel apart from a lot of other channels. There's a lot of channels that will be paid to talk about brands. And on this channel, you're going to get authenticity. You're going to get my honest thoughts. You're going to get some, just me. I like to edit videos and stuff, but, you can tell in a live stream, this is raw. This is just everything, what I do. I might say something that just sounds a little different and weird on the spot, but it's just kind of the quirky stuff that makes me me, right? So without further ado, welcome to this channel, Beards, Heads, and Threads. Today, as I said, we're not really talking about beards. We're not really talking about clothes. We're talking about heads. We're talking about specifically head shavers. So if you are in here, if you find good content here, you already know what to do. Hit the like button, share this channel every chance you get. Make sure you tune in on Tuesday nights to my live streams at 9 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m. Central. Or if you're in California or on the West Coast, it's going to be 6 p.m. So with that being said, we are going to get started. So the first thing that I want to talk about, I guess I'll talk about the one that I like the least among every one of these head shavers. And it's going to be pretty close to another one I'm going to talk about as well. Perfect timing. I've been looking at head shavers for most. Sweet, dude. See, Randy, I'm reading your mind, brother. Thanks for being a member, too. I appreciate your support. So with that being said, I'm going to talk about first this one right here. This is a common one. Now, this is one that you can find at Walmart. When I was at Walmart, I go to Walmart quite a bit. But when I was at Walmart around Christmas time, I seen these head shavers, like they were out on the aisle, they were on end caps, they were like all over the place, and they were, trying to sell them, and they were, I want to say between 50 and 60 bucks. So not a terrible price for a head shaver. Obviously, you know, you can get a lot of head shavers these days on sale for like 30 bucks, but a lot of people don't understand when you do get that for 30 bucks, they're selling them that cheap because they count on like a subscription for blades. So you may end up getting charged for like a monthly subscription for blades, or every other month, or 3 months. So keep that in mind. If you find something that says that it's like 60% off for like $29.99, that's a great deal, because they're normally like 60, 70, 80 plus. Just keep in mind that the company has to make money, so that's how they get their money. They sell it cheap, but they get that money back from, you know, blades. Keep in mind also that with that, you know, if you are going to have a head shaver, you're going to eventually have to change your blades anyways. If you go get a haircut, you're going to be spending a lot of money just going to get your head cut or shaved at a expensive price. You know, I got tired of spending 50 bucks or 50 bucks. I got tired of spending 15 bucks every time I went and got my head shaved. I'd go get my hair buzzed all the way down. I'm like, why am I paying 50 bucks? I keep saying 50. Why do I keep paying $15 for a haircut that's really just a shave? So I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to shave my own head myself, and I did. Again, it was with the traditional razors, and then I had like a one that you hold in your hand. I think it was a Norelco. It had 3 circular blades on it, rotary blades. And that was just like a piece of trash. But I mean, that's pretty much all that they had back in the day when I started head shaving. So I'm glad that they came out with new head shaver designs, and they just keep getting better and better. And every time they come out with one, it seems like the innovation is just, you know, better every time. And I'm looking forward to Brio coming out with their latest one. The Brio Rays has been discontinued, but they are coming out with a new one. They said they are sending it to me to check out, so it will not release for a month. But if you want the information on that, you want to stay tuned to this channel, because I'm going to be getting it a month early and really giving you guys my honest thoughts about it, if you should purchase it or not. So with that being said, this is the Remington Boulder Pro. They do have like another name for it, but this is what I've known it as, the Boulder Pro. This is a very popular head shaver. I mean, it's got all the cool stuff like this, you know, the little sideburn trimmer here, mustache trimmer. I don't know what it's used for, really. I don't use it at all. But it has the blades on. It's got 5. I do like how it has a big, you know, spacious blade head on it. You know, it doesn't magnetize. It just kind of clicks in there like that. When you take it off, it's kind of weird, because I mean, one side will kind of open and then the other side will kind of open. So it doesn't like come straight off. I mean, I guess you could just rip it off, but it's kind of hard to pull off. You see that? So this is just plastic, and they have the blade system where I do not recommend taking these out, because a lot of these head blades on these heads they're kind of like fitted right in, and when you pull them out, it's almost impossible to put these back in. I learned the hard way with Brio the first time. I took out one of the blades from Brio Rays that they used to have. I still have it, but I'm not going to talk about it because it's not even on the market. But I took it out, and then I had to get a whole new, you know, head blade system attachment, because I was so used to like the school shaver. You know, the school shaver, you just unscrew it, and we'll talk more about that later. So I thought this would do the same thing, and I was totally wrong and had to get a new one because it was a horrible, poor design. And this one's poor design as well. Now, it does not have like any type of indication on the power. It just has the power button, and it has a battery. So when it's green, it's charged. When it's red, it's dead. And so it's got an indicator that when you put it on the charger, it's charging. It does have just the, special charging cable port for it. It's not like a USB-C type of, universal type of cable to it. So that kind of sucks, because I mean, most people have a USB-C these days, and it comes in handy if you can't find your charger for any reason, or if you leave it, and you can just pull your phone cable out and charge it. The grip is nice on the side of this one. I mean, it's got the rubber texture. So I wish that it had, number one, a LED indicator telling me what the percentage is on the battery life. I do wish that it had the USB-C charging port. Again, like I said, it makes it a lot easier. If you need one in a pinch, you can just get your phone charger. And I do like how it has a pretty big, you know, real estate here when it comes to less passes on the head. What I don't like is, number one, I guess, as I said, I don't like that it doesn't have the LED on it, but I don't like how it feels. I shaved my head with this a long time ago and it was just okay. It wasn't anything that bad. I did a review on it when I first got it and I was like, you know, this is okay head shaver. But if I was to go back, and I know I did one not too long ago, but if I was to go back and do a dedicated review on this one, I would say I completely will just encourage you to not buy a Boulder Pro or a Remington, you know, unless they come out with something better. Remingtons suck, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. I use this on my head. I do have a little bitty, I don't know, wouldn't say it's a mole, but it's a little bitty like bump on my head right here. And sometimes when it gets sensitive, it gets worse. And then it just goes back to like, you know, just barely a bump there. I don't know if you guys ever deal with that, but when I used this last summer, I'm telling you, I was doing another review and man, I'm telling you what, this thing tore my head up so bad. I had so many issues with my head. It made me worry about that spot because it got so big because it irritated the crap out of that little bump on my head. Really bad irritation on my head. So these blades are not good. Now, a lot of people will swear and say that these are great. These are the best ones on the market, but listen to me. I'm going to tell you the truth right now. If you believe me, I hope you do not buy this. Save your 50-something dollars. Yeah, I'm going to tell you a story. I was in Walmart yesterday. I was going through, you know, the area where they had deodorants and they had, we were looking for some cotton balls. And we were just kind of walking through and I seen this guy, he was there with his mom or grandma, I don't know, but he was trying to buy this $45 trimmer that was just, you know, a gold looking trimmer, like maybe for lining up his beard. And I was walking by, I thought, and he's like, yeah, I want this one, mom, or I don't know who, if it was his grandma or mom, like I said, I don't know. He was just saying, this is the one that I want to get. And I thought to myself, man, these people are just so uneducated. I wish that they would watch reviews and just learn what are actually good. Now I understand a lot of people have this mentality, if they go to like Walmart, if they go to Target, they can just buy the head shaver or a beard trimmer or any type of shaver or trimmer, you name it, because it's right there. We live in a society right now, and it's been like this forever, where it's just like now. There's no patience. It's just, I want it now. So if you have it there in the store, they'll buy it. And even if it's a piece of crap, they'll buy it. And it's crazy. I mean, I know that, you know, once people get their stuff in Walmart, you know, it's a lot more sales that they get. But I'm telling you guys, do your research. If you see one of these in Walmart, don't get desperate and say, I really need a head shaver. I'm just going to buy this. Trust me, this is absolute trash, in my opinion. Now, again, it's all subjective, but that was my experience with this head shaver, okay? So let's get that one out of the way. That one is the first, and it's gone. So let me talk about another one. This one's gonna be a rotary, and actually, you know what? Let's not talk about rotaries yet. Let's just keep on going with, well, they're all rotaries, but let me talk about the ones that are that type of shape. Let's not go to like the circular ones yet. Let's talk about a common one that you guys know of. Here's another one you find in the store all the time. Manscaped. You ever see this one? Manscaped. Now, they have a Pro. It's got 5 blades on it. I've never tried it, so I couldn't tell you. I've seen a guy make a comment the other day on my video. Said he has the Pro, loves it. Amazing stuff. This has 4, which makes this the Plus. And there are some great things about this head shaver. Number one, obviously the aesthetics. I think it looks really, really nice. I mean, just real fancy. You know, it's got a high profile head on it. It's pretty easy to take off. You just kind of half turn it and pull it, which makes it super easy. I mean, the blade, it's magnetic, and it's a great magnetic head. I'm telling you, this thing magnetizes incredibly. Amazing. It's got the nice rubber grips right here. It does have the USB-C charging port. So, man, it's got a lot of great things going for it. The power seems to be good. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's really made cheaply, right? So what's my problem with it? Excuse me. So what's my problem with this? My problem with this is the way it feels on my head. Now, the Pro may be fantastic, may completely change everything for me, but the way this thing flexes, it just, I mean, that's all it flexes right there. That's it. It just kind of goes to the outside, and there's not really a lot of flex to this one. So when I put it on my head, I mean, it's just, it's not comfortable, okay? So if you are in the market to find a good head shaver that actually feels comfortable, I highly recommend do not pick up the Manscaped, at least the Plus, because the Plus, and I want to say, I bet you that the Pro is going to have the same issues when it comes to how it flexes. It just has an extra blade in the middle, which I highly recommend getting a unit that's going to have 5 blades instead of 4, just my opinion, because it's going to have less passes. One thing that you have in common with these 4 is if you tend to do this, you'll still have a line in the middle because it misses the middle. So I mean, you have to keep. Now, I highly recommend any ways that you just move these in a circular motion, but that's just one thing that, you know, more that you have to deal with, okay? So that is going to be another one that I really would not recommend if you are in the market for a head shaver. I know a lot of people like the idea of Manscaped. They've got a lot of money into their marketing. There's no lie about that. But I don't think that they put enough money in their innovation. And, you know, there's a lot of companies that don't have a lot of marketing, but they have a lot of innovation. And we're going to talk about some of that on this video today. Another one, now it's funny that I'm talking about these because these first 3 are going to be ones that you can find in the store, like at Walmart. And this one is a different shape. And this one is a common one that a lot of people see. It's called the Cut Buddy, okay? Now you can find these at Walmart. I don't know if you can find them at Target, but I see them all the time at Walmart. And I had seen them in the past before, didn't know if it was a good one, didn't know anything about it. But I did get this one from the Cut Buddy, and they wanted me to do a review on it. I still haven't done a review on it. I've talked about it, alluded to it. So let me tell you what I don't like about it first, okay? Or let me tell you what I do like about it first. I do like the shape of it. I know it sounds weird, but it actually feels pretty good. I mean, it feels good in the hand. I used to do polishing on aircraft and hold polishers and, you know, polishing buffing wheels and Dotcos. If you guys know what air grinders are, 90-degree Dotcos air grinders. So it's easy for me to hold. I'm used to this, right? Now, I'm telling you, this thing cuts really, really nice, very comfortably. It cuts great. There's no lie about it. The battery isn't like something that you're crazy special, but it's okay. It's not a bad battery. It's not the greatest battery, but it's a good one. The USB-C port right there, another plus, right? So it seems like they've got everything going for them really good. You can see the power right there. This one is 56, so it's got a nice LED display here for the battery. This one comes off by just pulling it. You know, it's not like the Manscaped where you just twist it, it comes off, but it's pretty easy. But look at that. It really contours to the head. The blades, they move out like this. So it's a really great option when it comes to the shave, when it comes to the comfort, you know, being comfortable. Now let's talk about what I don't like about it. All these heads like this, and we're going to talk about this in the other ones, that you have to pull up like this. I don't like that. Why? Because I had an experience with Groomie's Baldi Pro when they first came out with the first, you know, model that they had. They had a blade like this. It was the same design. It had 5 little blades like this, almost identical to this one. And when you're cleaning this out so many times and opening it up and shutting it, there's a high possibility that you can break these little doors off. And, you know, you can always put them back on, you know, click them, but then they fall back off when you pull them off. Just, it's a bad design. I understand this is kind of like the beginning intro to head shavers, so this is, you know, they're always evolving, but I highly think that, or recommend that the Cut Buddy kind of improve on this and make a magnetic head. Get rid of the doors that open and get one that magnetizes. And also get one that has a bigger, you know, head on it. You know, this one's kind of tiny. You know, you can see the difference between these two, right? So get one with a bigger head on it. Other than that, I would also say get higher RPMs. One thing that I had an issue with this one, it cut really good, but it kept bogging down. Now, it didn't really bog down when I did like a dry shave. I mean, it can just get through my hair fine, but I don't have the thickest hair either. So if you have coarse hair, you may have an issue with this thing like really just bogging down on the motor. The RPMs, I want to say, is probably around 8,500. A good RPM motor would be like 10,000. But when I put the shave, I actually put shaving cream on my head because they sent me some shaving cream to go with this. It was supposed to be for like thick hair and thin hair. So I tried it out and I put it on my head. And one thing that's cool about this, a little side note, is they do come with a little cup deal that you can actually sit this in, and they recommend like halfway through your shave to stick it in there with water and just run it. So the blade kind of cleans itself out, kind of like the skull shaver. They have like a little, you know, container that you can actually, a little, what do you call it? Little bowl thing that you can sit it in, and it, you know, you turn it on, it cleans sends water through it and just kind of cleans out the blades. Well, they have one that comes with it, but they recommend that you actually clean it halfway through your shave so it doesn't bog down. So that's one of the things that I was like, well, I mean, it cuts great, it feels great what I mean, but if you have thick hair, or if you're using shaving cream and you're doing it wet, which I highly recommend. I mean, these are nice to do, you know, dry anywhere. You can do them anywhere. That makes it convenient. But if you want less irritation and stuff like that, I highly recommend you using like a shaving gel that's not as thick as shaving cream or shaving foam. But that is one little hiccup that I have with this head shaver, is the fact that it actually doesn't have enough RPMs to cut through some really, really thick hair without having to stop halfway through and give it a break. So if we can get the RPMs higher in this one, maybe a bigger head and have that magnetic, I'm telling you, this thing would be top. It'd be up there toward the top because I love the ergonomics to it. Feels great, and I think it's cool. It's a sleek design. So that's going to be my thoughts on the Bald Buddy by Cut Buddy. Okay. Let's see here, moving on to this one right here. And this one is one that most of you guys know about. This one right here, I think this is the Forte blade. It's the 4. They've got a 5 blade, which I really want to get the 5 blade because I just like 5 blades. But this is the one that I started on when I upgraded from that piece of trash I had before. I just went all in for the Pitbull Gold. Have enjoyed it a lot. Again, it does not magnetize, which would be a really cool thing for a school shaver. But again, this is kind of like their first model, and they keep evolving. Like they've got the School Shaver Silver. First started out with the, what was it, the School Shaver, I'm trying to think what it was called. I can't remember what it's called. But the Palm Shaver, that's what it was. It was this Pitbull, it was the School Shaver Palm. Then they had the Pitbull Silver, which is the step underneath this one. Does not have a LED display, just has lights. And Pitbull Gold, it does have a display. Then they moved up to a Pitbull, Platinum, which is like almost $100 more. Really nice. It looks great. I'm telling you, the aesthetics on it is incredible. But then they have the Diamond, I think, and it's like ridiculously priced, and I don't have that one. But they're about all the same. I mean, you just change the head out on it depending on what you want, but it does contour really good. Now this one's going to contour like toward the outside. Some of them kind of like concave, like inward. But I will say that even though this flexes out like this, the blade itself actually can contour in. So the battery life's always been nice on these. For me, I've never had any issues. Other than that, I mean, this is a solid head shaver. It really is. I mean, people pay more money for it. It's about $100. You know, you can get like discount codes. I have discount codes for most of these, but this one, I think it's 10%, saves you like $10. But I would definitely recommend the School Shaver for sure. If you like that 5 blade on it, I would definitely like upgrade when you buy one, buy the actual 5th blade to be able to change it out. I like how these things unscrew and you can clean these out. It makes these blades last a little bit longer if you take care of them. But again, I don't like how it does not magnetize. So if they came out with a magnetized head, it would be incredible. I love the way these feel. You can hold them different ways, hold them like this. But School Shaver's always been a great, solid option. A lot of people say they have issues with them. They'll say they got a head shaver that is a piece of trash and fell apart. And, you know, people are going to say that all the time. And there may be some, ones that, you know, you might get one out of like 1,000 that's just junk. You know, I don't know how they make these. You know, I'm sure they're made in China. But yeah, I would highly recommend this one. I do like how it's just a half turn too. It comes right off. So, I mean, it's not like necessarily you just got to pull it off. It actually unscrews or unlocks right like that. It does not have a travel lock on it. So that's one thing that sucks about this one. And I should have said that about also the other two. The Boulder Pro does not have a travel lock on it, but the Manscaped does have one. And also the Bald Buddy by Cut Buddy, they both also have the travel lock. All right, guys, we're moving through this. So the next one I want to talk about is one that I've kind of tooted my horn about for a while now. I've really just kind of been in the ring with this one. Now, I'm not like a paid affiliate for, I would say I get commissions from this company, but they're all the same. It's not like, you know, with this company, I'm making more money than the others. This is a company that when I first got their product, I really didn't care for it. And this is like I told you in the beginning, they came out with the heads just like the Bald Buddy. Did not like it. I told them, I said, this thing is not very good. It's breaking, it's falling apart. And so when I found out that they came out with the 2.0 blade, I was like, wow, it magnetizes. You know, that's like a first inception in my mind that I ever thought that, wow, it'd be sweet for them to have a magnetic head. Yeah, I want to try this out. And so that came with the Baldi Pro. Magnetization is great. Now, one thing I will say about the Baldi Pro, it feels cheap, okay? This is the Manscaped. It's heavier. This is the Baldi Pro. It's lighter. So a lot of people may like that lightness to it. I mean, this thing is real not nice. It's light. One thing I don't like about it is it does not have the USB-C. It's got its dedicated charging port on it. I like how it's rubbery on the side. It's got a good grip to it. This one, it just pulls right off. So I wish that it would actually unlock, you know, kind of like the School Shaver and kind of like the, what was the other one? The Manscaped, but it doesn't. You just pull it straight off. So that can become a problem too at some point when the blade heads cartridge gets to the point where it's getting weak. It won't stay on. So you'll have to buy another whole cartridge for this, which that could be a downfall for a lot of people. But again, you know, on these, when you use them so many times, you have to know that one's not going to last forever. You know, you can find a good unit that's going to last a long time in the battery. It's going to hold up and it's going to have a good shave. But then you have to realize, okay, it's time to upgrade and buy another blade. So this is one of those companies that actually sells these for like 70 bucks, but you can buy them for $29.99. But when you buy it for $29.99, if you look below when you're buying it, it will say that you are subscribing to a blade subscription. And I believe School Shaver may do that. I'm not sure. You might want to look into that. I do know that Freebird does that when they have the cheaper ones. And that's how they get you buying them so cheap. But again, they have to make their money because if not, they're just practically giving them away. So a lot of people, they feel like they're kind of being, you know, what do you call it? Deceived a little bit, I guess. But, you know, you just have to pay attention when you're buying these things online. If you buy them on Amazon, I don't think there's a subscription to it that I know of. But a lot of times you'll buy these cheaper on the actual website. And so, but I really like the Baldi Pro. I feel like one thing I don't like about it is kind of feels cheap, but it's lasted me for like the last year and a half. This one has. I've had different cartridges I've had to buy, but I chalk it up as that's normal because I shave my head all the time. And I would be paying a lot of money to go get my hair cut. So I just, you know, think, well, you know, if I can get away with one of these cartridges, one every 3 months, I'm actually saving money, and it's actually very, very nice. This one is one out of all head shavers that my wife has, my daughters have. They use it for their legs all the time. It does not irritate my wife's legs like some. I know that she was using a school shaver at one time, and it was really breaking her legs out. Then she moved to the Brio Rays, and it was a lot better, and it worked great. Well, then the Brio Rays fell apart, and they stopped selling them, and so I said, well, why don't you try my Groomie Baldi Pro? And she fell in love with it. And so I had to get her her own because she was always using mine. And then my daughters were always wanting to use mine. So I bought them both one themselves. And so they all use it. I use this one. If I am trying to shave my head, you know, a lot of times I'll do like a review on a head shaver and I'll try to cut my hair and I'll do like a B-roll of it, kind of talking about it. But when I get done with the review, I'll just shave the rest of my head on the sides here because some of these just don't cut very well on the sides because I have thicker hair on the sides. Obviously, you can see my hair would be shaved. If I had it my way, I'd shave my head every other day. I'd have a nice, clean shaven head, but I just can't because I do reviews all the time. And I also help out with trying out head shavers to see how they work. So my hair right here obviously is grown out because of that reason. So, but again, you can see on the inside, the little arms right here, they do feel like cheap, like they could break, which is a downfall for many. Now, again, I've had this thing for a year and a half. They have not broke, you know, and that says a lot coming from me that shaves my head all the time. I would highly not remove the blades in this one either because just like the other ones that I talked about, it'll be impossible to take out. But check out how this thing works. I mean, this thing really just contours very nicely to your head. And I love the color of this. I think it's really nice and sleek. I like the black color in the design. I think it does a great job. And I love how it magnetizes. It's a plus. Now, all of these head shavers I'm talking about, they are, most of them are going to be IPX6 or IPX7 rated. So that means they're going to be fine, wet or dry. You can put them in the shower. You can run water over them. It doesn't matter if it gets into the port. I wouldn't recommend pouring water down in this just to test it out. But you shouldn't have to worry about that if you're in the shower or something like that. So that's the Baldi Pro. It's one that I would definitely recommend. Okay, so another one that I want to talk about is a very popular one that's out on the market. I've done some commercials for this company on this one. I don't talk about it enough. Now, the commercials that I've done is like the head shaving ones. You know, I'm not really, you know, going over specifics on that. It's just kind of like doing like a head shave and showing how good it cuts on the head. But this one is going to be like Freebird. This is what it looks like. This is the new one. I'm not talking about the Flex Series 1. The first one, it's okay. It's definitely not the best. Again, it has the little doors that open up that can be broken off easy. It's little, doesn't have the USB-C in it. What's happening, True North? Twitch, what's up, brother? It doesn't have the USB-C, which that's a big plus for me. And by the way, if any of these companies is listening to me today, I hope that they're taking notes because I'm giving them advice and consultation of how you can improve your head shaver, coming from a guy that has tested and used a lot of head shavers and have a lot of followers when it comes to head shavers, company or people. So again, the head's right here, does not magnetize. That would be something that I'd like to see with Freebird. Right here, only 4 blades. Another thing that I would like to see from Freebird, an extra blade in the middle. You can see right here, it does contour really, really well. It goes kind of concaves in, okay? So it doesn't necessarily have the capability of kind of contouring to the outside, but it goes on the inside, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The sides have a nice rubber grip to it, which is great. They did upgrade from the last one, and they put an indicator on here, but here's the problem. There's no LED on it. So, you know, if it's down to the last bar or, you know, light, I don't know if it's like 5%, I don't know if it's 10%. You know, if there's 3 of them there, you know, what is it, like 33 and a half or 33 and, you know, quarter, whatever. How many percentages is each, you know, dot there? We don't know. And so what would be nice is to, if you want to really get a lot of people to be involved with this head shaver, add an LED light on it, as far as LED screen for the battery, add an extra blade, make it magnetize. And I'm telling you guys, add a USB-C, and you guys will have a top of the line head shaver. I love the way this thing looks. I love the gray, the silver, the black. It looks really sleek. It's got the Freebird logo there. It feels good in the hand. It's a solid head shaver. I'm telling you, I mean, you can see how much I've used of it. I need to clean this sucker out. But one thing that I will say that I like about this one, it's kind of like the skull shaver. You can screw that off and pull the blades out and clean these. So these are easy to clean out, which is a plus, because most of those other ones I talked about, you cannot do that except for the skull shaver. So I really, really highly give you kudos on that one, Freebird. Amazing job. I think it's great. But again, I love the rubber contour, you know, how it feels in the hand. It doesn't slip. If you're doing like a head shave in the shower, you don't have to worry about slipping this out on the ground and dropping it and breaking it. But this is a great option. If you are okay with not having that 4th blade, I would recommend checking one of these out. I do also have the charging port too that it sits on, which is really, really cool. You can put that in your bathroom. So you can go check this out on Freebird, just as well as the ones that I highly recommend as well. So Freebird would be another one that I would say is a great option for the average head shaver out there. All right, so I got one more, and then we're gonna turn and look at a few more that are in a different type of shape. Now, this is one that's been buzzing. I did a review recently on, and you guys may have seen this. This is the Vairshave, and it's a really cool design, really cool. It's got 7 blades on it, and the blades just come off just by pulling it. So it's not like it's a twist one or anything like that. You just pull it off, which not my favorite. I like it where it locks. I do like how it does have an LED display on it and how it looks. Really, really cool. It's got that, see here if I can get this to, you can see that, really cool. This one is at, I got it upside down, 42%, okay? So really, really cool. It does have the USB-C right there, we can charge port. But what's really cool about this one, it also has the 3 little pegs right there that can sit down and cradle into a charger that comes with it, which is really nice. Battery life is great on this thing. I'm telling you, the shave is absolutely fantastic. Feels great on the head. It contours very, very nice, as you can see right here. Very, very nice. Okay, now this one's a little bit different because instead of having like where the blades contour like that, the actual arms on this will actually flex to your head. See that? So I feel like it gives a nice, clean, close shave. I really do. The only thing that I hate about this, like I said, is the arms on this, or the doors, how they open. And man, I'm telling you what, this one is probably the hardest one that I've had to take off. because there's so many together, so close. I mean, you got to pretty much sorry, I got my dog in here. You got to pretty much, lay down. You have to pretty much take each arm and open it like this and hope and pray that you don't break it. Okay, and then when you get to the point, you got to unscrew the middle. So like I said, this, and the blades don't, the doors don't even really want to stay open for you when you're doing it. So very, very hard, terrible, absolutely terrible design when it comes to the doors on this thing. You know, dang it, if they actually had these doors where they didn't have to open and this whole thing may be magnetized, they would have an absolute banger head shaver, but they don't. And that really sucks because this is a great, great unit and incredible. It does a great job. But man, dang, those arms on there, those, I keep calling them arms, but you know, whatever you want to call them, the doors that open, the little blades that open, they are so hard to get out and clean. I mean, obviously you can't really take it off either and clean each blade. It's just what it is. You just run water over it. But what I've tried to do is just dip it in something and turn it on just to kind of get the, you know, the little hair captures out in a little cup or something. But again, very, very nice. Vairshave is amazing. I just don't like the head blades on it. So I unfortunately would not recommend this one because I feel like it's going to be very hard and it's going to be stressful for you because you're going to worry about breaking it. And you don't want to break it because these blades on this one are pretty expensive. I think they're somewhere around 30 bucks. And they're all, you know, somewhat, you know, relatively expensive. I mean, 20, 25 bucks, but that one's 30. So, I mean, you're really pushing it, getting up there. Okay, so last three, guys, before I let you guys go, I want to talk about this one. This is like the first shaped round head shaver that I've received and purchased. I got this on Amazon and heard a lot of bad things about it since it came out. And I've, you know, in the beginning, I thought it was a solid head shaver. But the more time went on, the more I realized that this one, hey, thanks, Randy. Appreciate you, brother. This one, the battery sucks. It's not that good. And, you know, they've come out with better designs since then. And so, and I'm going to show you some designs they've come out with that's so much better. And I'm going to compare it, okay, at the end. This is the MicroTouch Titanium. A lot of you guys may have seen this one at Walmart. They actually had those on, like, as seen on TV, you know, those little areas up toward the front where they have like some random stuff on there. They've got like some of the trim, like beard trim or whatever they are on there. But this one right here, this is the MicroTouch Titanium. It does come with the USB-C port, which that was something that I'm like, dude, this is nice. You know, this is one of the first ones I've seen with the USB-C port on it. Really liked it. Power button right there. It did have a travel lock on it, which was very surprising. And so, but what's funny about this one is dead right now. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. The battery life in this sucks. Completely, terribly trash. I'm telling you, I highly recommend you don't spend your hard-earned money on buying one of these MicroTouch Titaniums. I'm telling you. A plus, this unscrews, you can clean them out. This is what the front looks like. And, you know, they have ones that have come out that are magnetizing, which is nice. But the blades, they flex pretty good on this. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it seemed, it was pretty comfortable. When I first did my first review on this, I think these are hyperallergenic blades. So they were really, really nice shaving, but man, the battery's terrible in this. It dies all the time, and it doesn't magnetize, and I don't even know how the customer service is because I don't even know where you can buy these at. I think I've tried to look online to see if there's a company that sells them. It's kind of weird how this is because it seems like another company sells them. So kind of a little skeptical about this. I mean, you can buy them at Walmart. I did read reviews before on Amazon where people had bought these on Amazon. And they said, well, if you bought them from the actual company online, they would have had a warranty. But since you bought them on Amazon, you don't have the warranty, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. But I would highly recommend that you be cautious about buying one of these. Even if you see it at Walmart and you really want a head shaver, just wait a few days, wait a day or two, buy it on Amazon Prime, go to a link, buy it from one of these head shavers, wait a few days, and get it from somebody that you can trust, that are going to have a good warranty and it's going to take care of you. Because there's a lot of companies out there that say, well, we have a warranty for you. Especially like if you buy from Walmart or Best Buy, and then all of a sudden you get the runaround. You know what I'm talking about, guys? That runaround where you got to call this number, you got to call that number, and then you can't ever get a hold of nobody. And then you think, what the heck did I stinking do buying this piece of stinking crap that nobody can get a hold of, you know, and I'm just left with a piece of trash and out the money. Now, if you believe me, hit the like button, because I want to know, have you been there? Let me know in the comments if you ever bought something that you just get the runaround for stupid the warranty. Okay, so this one right here is one that you buy on Amazon. It's Kinson. It is a Chinese brand. Now, I believe Kinson is maybe American brand. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're Chinese, but maybe they're related to a Chinese brand. But this one was a pretty solid head shaver. You can see the little green in the inside ring. This thing contours really, really well to your head. Check this out. Compared to the last one, it magnetizes. So it was a big upgrade from this one, a big upgrade, okay? I mean, you can see it does kind of the same stuff, but yet this one has 6 blades and this one only has 5, which a big upgrade. The battery life on this one did very, very well. It does have a travel lock, you can see. And that's 90, and it just kind of like goes back and forth, and you hold that down for 3 seconds. You can see it's got a travel lock on it. So it's really nice. It does have the USB-C cable port right there. So this one was a solid one. I really don't have anything bad to say about this one, because it's got everything that I like. I think it's great. It just comes down to the option of, do you want something that's going to be like this, or do you want to have something that's going to have like all of your hands all on deck, right? So that's just an opinion, which one you would like. Now, the last one I want to talk about is one that I've really grown to like and appreciate. And the reason why, it's because all these things that I've been naming that I like, seems like this company has come out with something that has everything I've talked about. And I think it's amazing. And I'm not trying to be biased and nothing like that, but this one's a solid one, guys. It just came out literally within the last few weeks. It sold out on their website. They do have them on Amazon, but this is Hummingbird. I've been talking about Hummingbird a lot lately because I've been kind of talking to their company, giving them some like tips and thoughts and feedback. But they had the MK3 I did a review on several months back. It was a solid option. It was almost like a economical, you know, head shaver, you know, almost identical to this one. I mean, almost identical, just different color. So I really liked it. Then they came out with this one, and it just really kind of blew my mind. Okay, so here is the display on this one, as you can see. And here's the display on this one. So look at the difference in the display. So I'm gonna turn this one on and turn the travel lock off. So here's the display on that one, and here's the display on this one. Isn't that cool? Really, really nice. I love this thing. It does have the travel lock on it. You can hold it down for like 3 seconds, 2, 1, and then it's locked. Hold it down for 3 more seconds. Let's see, 3, 2, 1. It's back on, but check this out. This thing, wow, amazing. So you had the MicroTouch Titanium, it had 5. Then you have 6 blades on this one, just like the MK3 from Hummingbird. But then they came out with MK13. And look at that, 7 blades. 7 blades, just like this one, 7 blades. But look how much bigger this one is compared to this one. You know, it's in fact, actually, it's an optical illusion. They almost look identical, okay? So this one's just gonna have like a flare going up, and this one's just flat, right? But this one kind of contours like this. Like I said, the arms just kind of articulate that way, but check this one out. Instead of the blades going out like this one, check this one out. The blades go in on this one. See how the difference? And I'm telling you guys, this thing feels incredible. Incredible how it concaves inward. Okay? It's got the USB-C cable right there, port. It's got the Hummingbird, nice rubber grip to the side. Like I said, it's got magnetizing little armatures on there. I will highly recommend that you don't take these out like the other ones. So that's going to be something that be nice to be able to take these out and clean them. It'd be easier. So that could be something that Hummingbird can check into and kind of evolve into a better cartridge system where these things would be easier to take out and clean, which they're always evolving. I'll tell you one thing that I love about Hummingbird is they don't have a whole lot of money in their marketing, but what they do is they take their money and put it into innovation. They're always innovating, trying to find something better. They've got like, I don't know, 15 different beard trimmers, like a whole fleet of things. But this one, look at the magnetization on this one. I mean, just really strong, really strong. And it's not real heavy, but I love this thing. I'm telling you, I've shaved my head a few times with this thing and just have fallen in love with it. They also come with the travel pouch. So with that being said, I highly recommend the Hummingbird, but I also highly recommend the other ones I talked about. I like the Hummingbird MK13. I love the Freebird is another great option. Again, you know, I thought that the School Shaver is amazing. It's always been great. It's just a little bit more pricier than the other ones. Cut Buddy was great, or the Bald Buddy. Just, you know, the issues with the heads is the main thing that's affecting a lot of these head shavers on the market today. Again, that Vairshave 2.0, incredible, but if they had that different head on it, I'm telling you, guys, listen, I don't know about you guys, but do you guys like the ones that have magnetic heads? Let me know in the comments. Let me know, do you really care about the arms or the blades, how they open up? Does it matter to you? Do you find it hard to open these up? Have you broken any yourself in the past? To me personally, there are 4 things that have to fly for me to say a head shaver is really, really nice. Number 1, obviously it has to have a great battery. If it has a piece of trash battery, then it doesn't really matter. It has to have a great shave. You know, if it shaves really good, and when I say great shave, I don't mean necessarily it has to be the closest shave, because if it gets my head looking like it's shaved and, you know, maybe I can still feel a little bit of fuzz, I don't care about that. That's just me. Me personally, I don't care. If I really wanted to have a perfect shave, I'd use a traditional razor, right? That's what most people would do. They would use a normal traditional razor for a baby butt smooth head shave. But that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to save time, and that's why we don't shave with razors. The whole idea is to save time and save yourself from getting cut and nicked all the time if you're in a hurry. So the question is what are we looking for in these head shavers? Well, we want to have a good battery because we don't want one that's going to go dead and die on us after we spend all of our money on it. We want to have something more than anything than the shave. We want to have something that's going to freaking feel good when you use it on your head. I don't want to use a head shaver that's going to be rough on my head and make it where it's just not pleasant to shave my head. I mean, I shave my head every few days when I can. And I don't want to just dread shaving my head because it feels terrible. I'd like to have something that I know feels great and I can just use it in the shower and have a nice head shave without a whole lot of irritation on my head. And if you believe me and agree with me, make sure you let me know in the comments. Let me know if we're on the same page here. Another thing that I like to have, and it's not necessarily a game changer, but it's up there. It's probably number 3, is I want to have a LED display, an LED. Somebody said, you said LED. Come on, guys. You know what I'm talking about, LED. I want to have an LED display on there. I want it to tell me what the battery life is on it because I want to be able to know that I can safely shave my head without it dying in the middle, because there's nothing worse than having a head shaver when you're shaving your head and it freaking dies in the middle and then you got to deal with it, especially when you're in the shower and you're in a hurry, because that's the whole point of having a head shaver, to save time. And then the 4th one would be customer service. Now, I want to just kind of sit here on the last one and talk about customer service because, again, going back to that MicroTouch Titanium, I've heard a lot of people say that they can't get a hold of nobody and it's kind of back and forth. They won't back their warranty. I've seen where people try to get a hold of School Shaver and can't get a hold of School Shaver, and I've been there myself, and I'm not going to lie. I get commissions from selling skull shavers. I do. But one thing that I don't like about Skull Shaver is their customer service seems like it's not where it should be. They should have a robust communication with their customers. They should back stuff up that's broken. They should be completely open and honest with them. And they should have a workforce that actually is staffed to help people. You know, I know a lot of these companies, they are understaffed for whatever reasons. I don't know if it's save money, cut costs, but number one is customers. You have to have customer service. You have to be able to back it. And so, you know, that's another thing that is up there. So if you had the battery life good, if you had good blades that feel comfortable, if you have the LED display, which is nice, and that customer service, man, you guys have a nice head shaver. Now, of course, I always like that 5th head blade in there, that blade in the head shave cartridge, because it just is like putting the icing on the cake. But I could get away with 4 blades. I can do the circular motion. I can shave my head, but it just seems like it goes faster when there's 5. So if you wanted to really make an incredible head shaver, I'd put the 5th one on there, 5th blade at least. Maybe you can do 6 or 7, kind of like the MK13. Have 7 of them. Have a magnetic blade instead of the arms. I'm telling you, that makes a big difference. Battery life, customer service, and the LED. I'm telling you, that would do it for me. That would make me very happy having a head shaver that I can count on. So that's going to be my overall of all of these head shavers. I mean, that's most of the head shavers on the market. I did not include the Boulder, what is it? The one from Bald Brothers. I can't remember what it's called, but that's another one that I can't really recommend. I kind of, honestly, I put it up there kind of by the Boulder Pro. It wasn't as bad as the Boulder Pro, but it almost has the same specs as that one. You know, I believe it does magnetize, but it just didn't feel that good on my head. Honestly, it didn't shave that good. For whatever reason, it just did not, I didn't have a good experience with it. So fortunately, I had to give a bad review on that one. I didn't bash them or anything like that, but I did say, you know, this is one that I just can't really recommend. But anyways, this is for you guys, the consumers. This is not for the, you know, if the companies want to take my advice and listen in and see what I have to say about these, great. But this video is for you guys. I want to let you guys know that if you're looking for a head shaver, those are some options that I would just advise you to look into and kind of rate what you think about different head shavers. Do your research, you know, see what people think, you know, what is the average, you know, reviewer saying, you know, are they all saying the same thing? You know, you're going to have some that are going to be like anomalies. You're going to have some people that's going to talk trash, and you're going to have most people like something, or vice versa. If most people hate something, you might have one person or 2 people talking about it, saying it's good. So go with the mass majority of what you think. But anyways, at the end of the day, I hope you can trust me. I hope that you can kind of, you know, get your advice from me, you know, the wisdom that I have, the honesty, the authenticity I have, that I can give to you and tell you guys what I have experienced, so it can save you money at the end of the day. So again, if you found good content here, you guys know what to do. You hit the like button. I talk about a lot of this stuff. I'm going to be going more in depth with head shavers on my membership. I know I have people in my membership for beard stuff, but I want to have a membership that also covers like head shavers and head shaving tips and tutorials and behind the scenes stuff with head shavers, as well as different things on this channel that make this channel your #1 stop for grooming headquarters, right? So appreciate you guys for stopping by, listening to this video today, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Make sure you guys check out my live stream show on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Take care. Have a great day.